That looks better, right? So, Jay,
Yep, I
do
can
you,
see that.
how should we do this? Should I just go through like the announcements, the bits that I want to cover today, and then or do you want to? Are there some particular questions you want to start asking me now? How should we do this?
Yeah, just step by step, go with the updates. I know
Brilliant.
just in general, like, the community themselves have spoken saying that they wanted to have more of a engagement with the project, the team, everybody. So I think that it's, you know, imperative that we continue to do stuff like this, but it's also good just to know that there's that connection and ongoing communication.
Yeah.
So just give us a brief update. I think that's what it's really about. And for those that have questions, obviously leave them within the groups and we could get to those.
So the first thing, I hope everybody is happy with their Pulse airdrop. As promised, the Invest Power Labs is designed to benefit our holders. Holding our tokens ensures that all our holders were able to get into the private A, private B round, the earliest rounds of the RichAI crowd sale, which has done pretty well, and it's still in the early days. We also made a significant move, which we think was a really good idea. We reduced a significant portion of the sell pressure for the Rich AI project by deciding not to do the airdrop in Rich AI tokens. Instead, we chose to airdrop the PLS tokens to the invest holders who were holding and locking their tokens. Well, not actually locking, but because the way we did it with the snapshots was we if you the snapshot will tell you how many you're holding, and then when we just did the airdrop, you have to still be holding the tokens as mentioned on the website. It's our way for to ensure that people are still locking their tokens. But those that did, which I must admit, and well done to our top holders, uh, they all held. And because of that, they were able to really receive some juicy PLS token rewards. The tokens that they received are still very, very undervalued. The price of PLS, which I've said many times, we are super bullish on the Pulse chain. Super bullish. We expect there to be a Pulse chain summer. If it's not a Pulse chain summer, there'll be some form of Pulse chain madness, as Jason said last time, and and I expect it to do the similar ROI as you know as the Binance Smart Chain in terms of multiple projects just building their their sometimes their shitcoins, their utility projects on that chain. So the PLS token is the native token for the gas fees. That's the major utility for the Pulse chain, and you guys have received that early. So it really, I think that decision was, to me, honest with you, lets you guys know that we're constantly thinking because the Rich AI project promised in the tokenomics to a part of the marketing was to airdrop the Power Labs and the Hexicans. But obviously, with the price of Rich AI going down in value, and it's been a new project, we thought instead of airdropping in Rich AI tokens, which will just increase the sell pressure, we decided to do the airdrop in Pulse tokens, which is just even more, maybe to some even more exciting currently, because it's just fresh out the gates. And then when the Rich AI, and that what that does is it makes Rich AI more valuable and more scarce, and people may now be selling their Pulse now to get Rich AI, so that was a big recent development. And what that also shows is that everything we say we're going to do on our roadmap, on our prospectus, packs, websites, we do, and that's what it's about. Is so many projects don't have integrity, and this is what we're all about. That's our philosophy, and that's why we are still, people, like Flowkey and Syscoin and some of the big boys have partnered up with us, and now that we are getting a little bit more vocal and a bit more out there, should I say, I think we're going to be forming some really good partnerships. Today, we're going to start what's called a referral contest, and then the referral contest, the prizes will be, I think, $100. 10 participants can win. We'll split the $100 of Pulse tokens, and basically whoever can fill in the form and refer us more people, and the top referrers will be rewarded in Pulse tokens. That will be tweeted out after this space or this AMA. So that's another thing, and then in terms of the tech updates, we are constantly building. We recently pushed, updated the UI. We added this cool feature where you can just collapse and minimize this landing page. If you use this on the mobile app, it looks really cool. So it just keeps everything more clean and streamlined. The other update is that we've added the Pulse Chain UI, and we've made it our premier feature on the website, which I think is really cool, exciting. Shows our support for the chain and that ecosystem, and we've also, if we go onto multi-charts, hopefully my website, if you click add suggested charts, Pulse Chain is number one, then Bitcoin, then Ethereum, and this multi-chart is so cool. The reason why it's good is so that you can compare the market, especially against BTC and Ethereum. These are the two that really matter, and this really helps you with your trading and so forth. And guys, I know the market is down, but as an investor myself, as a trader, you always have to look at the market with a zoomed out perspective and trade in cycles. I mean, some of you guys know that, but I like to just let the newcomers who've just recently, their bags are a little bit down, just don't worry. When you trade in cycles, you have to understand there's always generally 2 years of bear market and then 2 years of bull market. Another cool website is to look at is theharvening.com. I like this website. Just you don't have to come here much, maybe once or twice a year, but just to know the ETA of the halvening, because generally what will happen is the investors will start buying up these altcoins in before the halvening, maybe 3-4 months, and you should see some pre-cycles run-ups. So that's another little cool. Might add that link actually onto the website. So we've currently customized it for Pulse Chain, and also if we look at the
one thing, just to go back to that, the multi-charts, you just taught me something new, because I wasn't even aware of that option of just doing the the defaults. So it's just showing like Pulse, WBTC, Wealth, ETH. But that's an awesome tool just to have a general snapshot of the top, top projects. That's kind of it.
Yeah.
But, and what the other part that I didn't see was and then on the top it says like chart interval. So you could obviously change all of them and adjust them by default, which I believe was daily. Yes. And then you go into like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and so forth. Yes. So you don't have to actually update just one chart at a time. You could update all of them in one shot, which is actually really, really cool. Yeah, and what I normally do now is, because I'm following the Pulse Chain community, you can create a blank canvas, and then you can just also, as you know, like let's just put Pulse. Then I'm tracking PLSX. So think about how many times, I mean, I've seen it. I mean, I myself, just using InvestDex, you usually just have the Pair Explorer open, and then you'll have like 50 different tabs across. Even for people that are on Dex Tools, Dex Screen, or whatever. Me myself, I do this, and I've noticed other people in the space where whenever we're doing like a screen share, you'll just see all these tabs open.
That. So that's a really cool tool. I mean, this is how I really look at the market. And then you can do it for what. Remember, we have 10 blockchains integrated, so you can do it for your your favorite blockchain. It doesn't have to be Pulse Chain. It can be Arbitrum, Optimism, and as it says, so if you create a new tab. Now let's say my favorite. See, so we have B&B, Matic. You can just, all your favorite projects. You can do it for your AI projects, utility projects, your meme projects. You just set it up, and it's pretty easy and it's useful, very useful. This tool. This is I think it's one of my favorite tools for investments, alongside the workstation, the interactive calendar, and those tools. So that is a recent update that we've included. We've always had the multi charts, but we've put Pulse Chain as the premier first one. We've also
Did you show the new listings section?
Sure.
So that part I actually find extremely interesting because in Telegram, I'm already receiving those alerts from Ethereum-based projects. But what's really fascinating is seeing the new listings from Pulse Chain itself. Yep. So being that Pulse Chain is still relatively new, we don't necessarily see the growth of it aside from people just telling us about like new projects. But this specific page shows us these projects once, and correct me if I'm wrong, but once the LP is actually placed on Pulse Chain.
Yes.
So this is a real live, ongoing, evolving page in itself, which is really cool because this is the actual growth of Pulse Chain in front of our very eyes.
Yes. So we have all the other 9, 10, but this, as you alluded to, is this. It really does gauge and give us a sharp understanding of what is actually Pulse Chain growth in real time, because this is real time data.
Like guys, look at the names of some of these projects. So, and yeah, I could be a nerd on this aspect, but like test WPLS, right? Test 3. This is showing like people might be aware of, again, how to add LP or how to create contracts on Binance Smart Chain, Ethereum, Avalanche, so forth. But we're actually seeing people test out on Pulse Chain. That's what they're doing. So test 3 may not be like the next meme token, but I think this is actually cooler in the fact that people are onboarding, they're testing it out. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome. You can see the growth. It's happening in remember, Pulse Chain's only been out for 2 weeks, and it's already like the top 4 smart contract blockchain out. And in the first week, it actually did almost surpass Binance Smart Chain, but it's gone back down because obviously with the volume comes from the dexes. They currently only have one dex, which is this dex, which is the Pulse X. This is their premier dex. But as more dexes come into the market, then you're going to see more adoption, and there'll be more volume, and Pulse Chain will start going up the rank. Like maybe flip Binance Smart Chain, and then I suppose we'll be aiming to flip Ethereum. So
right, I want to see, and this, it's up to you, but I really want to see the risk management.
Yeah, and
the risk management section, because this is for people. This goes back to the utility of Invest token in itself, because you are required to hold a certain amount. So the website InvestDex, you are connecting your wallet to it to create your account, but it does actually check for a balance of Invest tokens to basically give you access to this. So if you're just on the site and you see like the umbrella risk management, you click on it, it's just going to redirect you back to the homepage. You don't have access to it.
Exactly.
So I think what we need to do in the back end, it have something where when they do click on risk management, and if they're not logged in or don't have that sufficient balance to basically tell them, hey, to access this, hold, what was it, 10,000 invest tokens, I believe.
Yes.
So we need to remind them, hold 10,000 and then voila, get access.
Yes. And I mean,
but this section is amazing. And unfortunately, we don't see it because, you need to be a holder of the token, but just show us what this does for holders, traders, everybody.
Yeah, I think I did mention a few times on the spaces. This actually was the tool that inspired InvestDex. What really made us want to build InvestDex. So InvestDex is, the idea behind it is to bridge traditional software management tools with DEX trading tools, and the traditional trading tools from the market are like organizational tools. But what for us was when for even myself in 2017, I had some really amazing bags, right? When Bitcoin just hit its all-time high of 20K. And in 2018, when it started tanking and going down, I was a bull. I was like, no, it's going to go down, but it's going to go back up. It's going to go down. And many of us, greed kicked in and we all just, lost out big time, And, I remember speaking to like my mum and that, and she was like, what have you learned? And what I learned was I didn't have risk management. And risk management is key because what it does is it gives you the ability to, when you have a clear head, make clear decisions. So right now, if we let's look at
one of the most important parts of just investing is so again, not financial advice, but I think it's pretty obvious that everybody wants to have an actual plan and to adhere to it. So you have your short-term, long-term plans. So just what you're saying, if your plan is to get a 5 or a 10x, stick to it.
Yes.
Many projects can go from a 5 to a 10 to then a 50x, but oftentimes being in that FOMO mentality or in that hype mode with the communities, you'll get that 5x and they'll be like, what if we just hold on a little more? What if we just get, how about a 7x? That sounds pretty good. And then in the end, what ends up happening is you'll get something in the news, something will happen, and then you're actually flushed out or actually turn negative. You should have just stuck to the original plan.
Yeah.
So this helps put everything in front of you and you adhere to it.
I think it's because of the herd mentality, because when you're in a project and it 5x's, the community are now like, this is going to do 100x, the influencers, this is going to do 100x. And before you know it, you believe now it's going to 100x. And that's why this tool is crucial, because you do it, like you said, Jay, is you create a plan, a clear plan away from the herd. It's your own personal plan, what you are happy to earn, and the value that is the finances that you think is worthy for you. Because let's face it, if I said to you, Jay, look, I've got a token, we're going to do a 3x, you will be happy with it. But it's just when euphoria kicks in and the herd movement is there and everybody's excited, we all get greedy together. And I mean, it's just, let's just say what it is. We all get greedy, and that's the number one killer in crypto. And then you get wrecked. So the risk management tools, what spawned InvestDex, because this is what we want to really push, which is productivity tools and organizational tools. So here I've added Pulse token. As you can see, it's today's price. So let's say our target price is a 10x. So we'll just put one decimal in front. So let's do 0.0. 1182, and the buy price is today's price. You just click on it, it automatically pre-populates. And then let's say we hold 100,000 pulse. Let's say 10 million pulse. What this does is it helps you set your target price. So if you're looking for a 10x, you set your target price at 0.011182 and you press calculate. Your target price is 0.01, and this is the results. This is a 10x. This it says your total profit is up by this amount, 900%. And also it compares is a comparison between Ethereum and Bitcoin, because why that's important is it lets you be able to understand whether should I have just had it in this altcoin or should I simply just held it in Bitcoin or Ethereum. So let's say
I didn't even know that part. It's funny, majority of people would have been better off just actually holding on to BTC or ETH during some of these runs.
Exactly. So you've put in this amount, which is 1100. Your target value is 11,000. When you get to this scenario now, you have to come with the plan, as Jay mentioned earlier. What is your plan? Now, the plan that is trading 101 is to always take out your initial investments. So once you hit the target that you want, you should just click the initial invest button, which says 10%. And it will calculate how much tokens you need to sell. So you'd sell this amount of tokens, which is the 1,000,000 tokens, and then that's 10%. The profit will be this on the initial investment. And then it explains to you the total remaining, because the profit is out. So that's what it is. It's 0%, right? Because you're taking initial investment out. But what it's letting you know is that you have the rest in, which is 90%. And for us, without it being really financial advice, but just based on the tech, that how we built it, just to encourage you guys, this is what we call a very high risk reward strategy. A lower risk strategy would be to sell 75% of your tokens, which is 7.5 million, which is 8,665. And then the profit on the initial investment would be this 7,600, which is really good money. And if you do, because with trading, what everyone has to realize is it's averages. Because end of the day, sometimes you may win big, but if you always occur in losses, your overall trade over the year or two will be negative. But if you are constantly winning, even smaller wins, they build up, and that's when you become a winning trader. So with this tool, it helps you with the psychology of trading. That's what I said to you at the beginning. I mentioned at the beginning of trading in cycles. The best traders only really do like 2 big trades in the year, right? And that's the way you have to kind of have a look at it. The people who do the best in crypto are the ones that held Bitcoin, I know Bitcoin Genesis block was 2009, January the 3rd, but let's say you got into Bitcoin 2016 and you held it when it was $300 till now. It's a lot of money, and it's the time in the market and time in the market, because obviously you need to sell the tops and buy the bottoms, but everyone seems to sell the bottoms, buy the tops, because they get the FOMO. So with the risk management tool, this helps you get a clear understanding whilst you're doing your trade setups or your investments. So yeah, this is the risk management tool. It's real, and then as on the roadmap, we will try and. I think you mentioned last a great point of integrating this with the limit orders and so forth, and yeah, this is the risk management tool.
I think that's the big goal behind all this is right now you're basically setting that as like a calendar event or basically as a reminder, but this is something you're going to want to look at, almost daily, or you're going to have to, keep yourself updated as to the whole market as a whole. But once you guys are able to implement the actual orders or the limit orders onto this, then now you're actually making this automated,
Yes.
which is then amazing. So that's going to stop you from changing your plan, but you won't necessarily have to pull that manual trigger. This is all going to be done automatically for you.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it's about. Yeah, but this tool is it's a great feature, and Jay, thanks for noticing it and and identifying the usefulness of it. Most of our tools that we built, which is the if we go to the suite, the workstation, are really cool tools. These tools are, I think, underused, which is fine because we haven't really started. We only now becoming a bit more vocal and starting to market these tools. But this is what we're about. We not only do we provide the real time data with like Dex tools and Dex Screener, we're also really we're pushing with the organizational tools, and we're ahead. No one has these tools. No one has the vesting scheduler. On another space or conversation, I will do a tutorial over go through the vesting scheduler, because we're going to need to set them up for RichAI, because RichAI is a project that has token unlocks, and instead of you having to just not know when the tokens are unlocked, you'll be able to set a reminder and an alert, and it will come on your calendar, and then you'll be reminded. So the organizational tools that we have are like, for example, here there's a few crowd sales that have come up. One called Beetroot, which is a swap like change now, and then 9-inch. As I mentioned to you before, there's going to be more dexes coming to Pulse Chain, bringing more volume. So this dex is a dex that specific is targeting the meme token, the meme token market. And what I done was I just added this here, setting a reminder, and just kept my eye on this 9-inch sale, and so that I didn't miss it. And that's basically what this is about. It's about setting up alerts, reminders for going to the gym, tracking roadmaps of teams. So you can create a roadmap. You can.
Oh, it's much easier to understand than going into a regular, Google Calendar or any other device. Keep everything crypto focused, and you're good to go.
There you go. And then here are suggested events. These are events that we have pre-populated so that the users can see what's going on. So there's a security token summit in New York, an event in Dubai. You can then just add the calendar. Let's quickly do that. There you go. Dubai United Arab Emirates, the WTS 223. Then what you do next is it comes on your main table view, conference, and then you say your strategy. You be networking. Go there to network. You set your reminder, and then you'll get an email alert to say on the day of the event or the day before, however you set up your thing, and and this basically is tailored for crypto minds, crypto enthusiasts, and we are, I think, the first to be doing this. What first strategy was just to build these tools out. Then the second strategy was for us to integrate the top leading blockchain EVM compatible chains. And so, like as mentioned, we recently integrated Pulse Chain, but we do have 10 EVM blockchains integrated, and we're really proud of where we are with everything. The platform's looking super clean, super intuitive. different views that you can have. You can take away the trending bar, so the top bar at the top, you can take that away. You can take away the toolbar, charts. So if you just want to just look at all the trades, and if you want to really just have a big view, you can just take away the side panel and have a large screen for doing all your charts at your and all the chart indicators are there, RSI and max moving averages, everything's there. So we have that.
I see we had some questions about RichAI as well. So
Brilliant. Okay.
So far we've been talking about
InvestDex.
InvestDex. Let's make the
okay.
transition.
So guys, sorry Jay, just to say the reason why I went into InvestDex is just because InvestDex, our team, are the guys that have built RichAI, and I'll just just let you guys know that we've been building InvestDex for the last 2 years, and this is what we've achieved. And I'm just letting you know this is the same attitude and the same vision we have for RichAI. So let's go into RichAI. So the next update that we have, which is the reason for today's AMA, was because we have the new design suite available. All you have to do is launch app and you can start creating art. So we have 12 styles integrated now. So let's do a style. And also to help everybody, if it's the first time using the platform and you're lacking ideas, we have what's called a randomize button. So you just click the randomize button. And then what we've done is we've pre-populated prompts that generate beautiful art. So let's say a lady. You've probably seen some of this art on the Twitter feeds, but I'll show you now how we do it. You click generate. It can take up to 2 minutes to render your artwork. Over the next, remember this is a brand new project, so over the next few months or so, we want to be bringing down that time. But there you go. I should have added that. So now, once you generate the art, you have a selection. You're able to download this art and share it. And the beauty of this, as we mentioned last week, was the fact that this is now a social platform. There's a social aspects to this project now, because if you set up an account, you can now publish these images into our community feed. So publish, let's do beautiful lady, and then
so everybody can also just go into the RichAI .app website, click on launch app. You will have to connect your wallet to it, but everybody that's watching this can also just go through everything themselves as well. So
yeah,
this is live right now.
Yeah, this is live, guys. So if you on your mobile, if you're on Chrome, you might have difficulties. But the way to get the app working in Chrome is to go via the MetaMask app and then click in browser and then type in RichAI app, and then you can access the website that way. Or you can use the Brave browser, and I think there's a few other browsers that are good with the MetaMask. But ultimately, if you've got Chrome, using your mobile, just use the MetaMask app and click browser RichAI app, and then you'll get access to this immediately. And then once you have done, this image is published. So I've just published this image, and then if we go explore, here it is in the community gallery. So Jay, I don't know if you're using the app now. It would be nice if you could actually create an image and then share it in the explore, and then I can follow you back and like your image.
Actually, what I was just doing.
Oh, brilliant.
But I went into on the top right, I clicked on my profile, and then I saw like account has the social stuff there, but then I thought that no tier
Okay, so
thing was pretty cool. But then I also went into settings, and I saw that this is, just to reiterate, that this is becoming more of a social network in itself, which is really, really cool.
yeah,
So obviously you have your name, username, bio. You can connect your Twitter account, Telegram account. So this is something that I myself haven't seen in regards to like the image generation type platforms that are out there. You know, it's usually just create your image within Telegram, Discord, and then you're kind of out. You know, there's nothing else to really do with it. But through RichAI, people will start sharing stuff, which is really cool.
yep,
This is an actual platform.
yeah, exactly. And also, when you share the art, once you've created an account, you're able to then even share this, and then you could this, as you can see, HWTPS, Rich AI app creation, and then this link will be you can post this on Twitter, on Reddit, Pinterest, etc. And this is when it becomes a really cool social, that gives it that sociability, because people then will see that the artwork that you shared on your social profile is made by Rich AI. So let me do another one. And then the beauty of Rich AI is that once you create your art, you can evolve it. So let's click evolve. Once you click evolve, this image now is added here. And then what you can do now is add a different style to it. We've recently added this new feature, which we're calling the pulse synthesizer. So you click on it, and then what it will do, it will create your image in a pulse chain inspired style. Let's see how it works, if it's working. The idea, guys, as well, is to remember this is brand new, right? So it's really good for the community to start using this, finding the bugs, finding the you know giving us some suggestions, so that when we start ramping up the marketing, the new users have a really intuitive product, because you guys are the OG guys, right? You guys are at the beginning. So now look, this image has now got a pulse chain inspired style. It started with this image, and now we added the pulse synthesizer, and it's added a pulse inspired style. Let's add this now let's publish this.
So I just published. I just did one too. I just did like blue Lambo. So now when you go under Explore, you'll see that in there.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
So, and then also, when you publish, you can publish the image with the properties that have created the image, or you could decide to keep it personal. So that gives it that collectible item. If you don't want people to know how you made the image, you can actually lock that as well. So publish, brilliant. So this is being published. Let's have a look. Let's go into the Explore. There you go. Let's see Jason. Let me refresh my page. There you go. There's Jay's blue Lambo. Let's click on his account. Let's follow him. Let's click on his stuff.
It's going to be the official Beyond FOMO Lambo soon.
Wow.
That's the manifestation right there.
Well, it's definitely on its route, isn't it? This looks awesome. So let's like it. So I've liked it. And then as you can see, he's got 1 follower and 1 like. So this is the latest. As promised, guys, I said last week that we should have this design studio enabled live. This is it. It's the community feed.
So another thing that I noticed, and I know I'm gonna be putting you on the spot for this, but go all the way up and you'll see like the wallet address next to the by RichAI. When I click on that, it shows, I guess, Ethereum and then Pulse Chain. So for like the networks,
Yes.
would there is there going to be a way for us to generate these images? So like I just generate this blue Lambo, right? But let's just say I want to actually put something in there saying, generate a Beyond FOMO NFT, blah, 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 whatever, and I get an image. Could I then directly mint an NFT through RichAI as well?
Yes, that is on the roadmap, and that's a great question. And
Because
that,
then if we're able to do that, then that would be cool. If we could, obviously it depends on the limitations of the blockchain, but as of right now, if I'm on Ethereum, I could obviously mint this NFT on Ethereum. But if I switch to Pulse Chain, then theoretically I can mint this NFT onto Pulse Chain.
yes, that's a great point.
Pretty damn cool.
And I think, Jay, what I love about working with you is you're just full of great ideas. I mean, we have an NFT program in discussion. We still haven't moved on to there yet. Reason being is, I tell you why. When we build stuff, if you do too much at once, it will come tumbling down. The first part was to make sure that the UI, the box spacing, the padding, the aesthetics, the everything is smooth, and then we will start rolling out the other features. The feature you've mentioned will probably come after the next development that we're going to be releasing, which should come out by July, the first week in July, which is the print on demand, where the devs now we are building the architecture plan for that, and where basically once you create this artwork, you'll be able to add to a hoodie, t-shirt, and then place an order and get it into the post. And as with the AI aspects being the underlying tech, each image will then have a unique, one of a kind artwork, which is, as you alluded to, can be a collectible, can be an NFT. So yeah, that's that. But also, there's one more thing.
I'm also noticing that there's different images, so just on like different styles. Well, I don't know if I didn't see them before, but I'm starting to see like premium, right?
Yes.
So there's different highlights here. There's going to be different tiers. So
Yes.
I saw that before, like under settings.
Yes.
So no tier.
Yeah.
So I think that's having to do with obviously the token RichAI itself, right? So
Yeah.
use case.
So currently everything is free. The premium tools are available to all, just as you guys are OGs. So, for being early, you get to utilize the platform first for the next 2 weeks. We might extend it. And then we're going to be, as once we ramp up the marketing, then the newcomers who come in will have to be paying for some of these services. The premium, it will be based with the RichAI token. If you're holding the RichAI token, then it will give you access to discounts on monthly subscriptions, on purchases, because we will have a store as well. We will have a merch store with our favorite RichAI dog. I can show you that. We've got the designs there ready, but I'll show you that probably next week because we are running out of time. But so these tiles, the utility will be to hold RichAI tokens, and they will give you discounts on purchases from the merch purchases when you order your hoodies or your t-shirts, and also gives you access to more premium functionalities on the platform.
Very cool. I'm also going to be excited for that video option. I've yet to actually see anything related to video.
Yeah, this one, yeah, because the tech, the market is moving so quick, so and it's exciting. So we're making sure that we're not behind, but the underlying tech that we are offering, which is the image generation, it's really we're pushing forward, and I'm pretty excited. I think you guys can see this. This is Jason's profile. What we can
Here,
do.
refresh it. Refresh that.
Okay, let's refresh. Let's see what's in his profile now. This is I'm following Jason, so this is Jason's art. Is McLaren.
So I got a McLaren.
Is blue
Pretty cool.
Lambo beautiful? And look how beautiful that looks, guys. It's a bit of a bug actually, but let me go to Jason's profile, and then you can just see here, and then what we can do is like that, and you can see he's got 2 likes. So he gets that social proof, which is awesome. And as he just quickly set it up. He hasn't added his social links, but when he does, his Twitter, all his social media links will be here. You know, and
this wallet that I have in MetaMask is like a dummy wallet, so I'm gonna actually create the official wallet, then I'll go back in and I'll set that one up. And this one I use for just like videos and whatnot.
Yeah, and then Jay, what you can do is also add your photo here, your avatar, so that I'll know that's Jay.
Very cool.
So then when we go onto here, we'll know that's Jason. That's beyond FOMO, and this is how he's rolling. You know, so yeah. So
refresh it. Let's see if it comes up. I just uploaded it. Let's see.
So let's see. This is who I'm following. Did you publish something more?
I uploaded my profile image, so that should be there.
Okay, so let's go to my screen. There we go.
So go into the profile. Yep, pretty cool. So you can see my image now. That's there.
Brilliant. Looks awesome. And I think what's going to be really cool is when you can, products that you've created, you can also pre-sell to others. That, I mean, let's not over, Jay, let's keep some.
I already got you, yeah.
Yeah, let's keep
it simple.
Yeah, let's keep it simple. But then, okay, so guys, you can, this is live, guys. This is not beta, this is live. So let's start using it. Let's get the word out that RichAI is really kicking some ass, you know. Also, as discussed previously, was the crypto chatbot. Let's have a look at that. So you click chat, and as we mentioned, we're fine-tuning GPT 3.5 Turbo on crypto-related topics. We haven't plugged in the InvestDex APIs currently. We're currently using some different APIs right now, but this is work in progress. But let's have a look at this. As you know, if you ask ChatGPT anything to do with crypto-related topics after September 2021, it currently hasn't plugged into the internet, so it hasn't got it. So if we click, what's the market cap of Bitcoin? Let's have a go. Let's have a look.
I don't think the APIs are up right now, or it's taking some time.
Let's give it another 5 minutes. Okay, maybe they're plugging in some bits. Let's go back. I did do this. So what's the price of Pulse? So the current price, Pulse chain symbol PLS on the 8th of June is this. So it's pulling already. So we're making some good steps there. Let's try the 24-hour volume on Invest. That might be a little bit more complicated, but let's have a look. Let's give it a shout. Let's have a look. Okay, so this is not there yet, but hopefully by the next few days when we click that, that'll be there. But as you see, the real-time data is now being implemented, and the tuning and the training of the model is in process. You can see that. So we're really happy. But if you just wanted to just add general questions that the ChatGPT already has, it will answer as normal.
Baby steps.
Baby
All
step.
come together.
Okay, well, it's taking long, and we haven't really got much time to sit here and wait for it. But what is good is that you can see that things are happening on the training of this model, and this is work in progress. You guys are brand new, very early, and we are, we're going places now. As you can see, if you press explore, the community feed is looking cool. You've got, this is how you create your profile, and our dashboard is now released. Those of you who are excited for pulse chain, we've added the pulse synthesizer, so you can just, like I said, just click this style, and the style will populate here, and then you're good to go. And if you just can't, you want to be quick and you haven't got many ideas, then just click here, and it will create you a cool artwork in the from the predefined, pre-populated the prompts that we've already put into for you guys. So yeah,
Just to reiterate, this is still just the start. We want everybody to go onto the platform, test it out. Obviously, feedback is the most important part at this specific stage. Obviously, things are going to be evolving, continuing to evolve, change, being upgraded. So just keep checking it out. Always ask questions within the group. Watch how everything just grows. That's the whole point.
yeah. So are there any questions?
I saw some in the Telegram before, but
Yeah, some persons dropped some questions on Telegram.
Okay, let's have a look. Do you want to read them out to me, Jay, and so that I don't have to switch back to the screen?
I saw one which was really just about compliance. So where do you see InvestDex and I guess RichAI in the next couple of months?
I mean, where do I see InvestDex and RichAI in the next couple months?
Yep.
Just really getting ourselves established. Like the meat off the bone is done now. We've built the brand identity, the brand association, the logo, the UI. All the hardest parts are done. The functionalities of like the dashboard released now for RichAI. You can see the development being done with the crypto chat assistant RichAI is in development, and so in the next few months I just feel that we are going to be in a better place, because when we start doing meetups with jumping, doing more spaces, and start pushing out more content and networking with other projects, we will start rising. And guys, as I alluded to at the beginning, is that InvestDex basically launched in the tail end of the Bitcoin tail end of the bull run crash in 2021, when Bitcoin crashed from 65k in March 2021, right? And we launched in June, so we've been building in kind of the most worst conditions that you could really think of to be building in. But guess what? We will get our rewards because we were able to keep afloat. We streamline the business, be prudent, and just keep building
But I
it.
think the big question is that everybody is asking is really just the overall regulatory concerns. But I keep seeing this over and over again. But what a lot of people really don't understand, for whatever reason it might be, is that crypto isn't just the USA. You know, this is a global aspect right here. So while everybody, you know, plays their violin or plays into these games, which I think that they are, InvestDex, RichAI, you guys are still just building out. You're focused on the platforms themselves instead of worrying about, you know, what might happen or what, you know, things you don't have control over.
Yeah, because
Just
I
as you've
mean,
been doing for the past few years.
like I said, is that I was investing from 2017. In 2017, the market was so bullish, but then there was China ban. There was a China ban of Bitcoin, and then later on Hong Kong. You know, the market is
We've seen
always
it. That's the thing.
swinging.
There's always some kind of a compliance issue throughout the years.
Yes.
We've seen it
So,
over and over again. This
so,
isn't the first time.
and I can also let everyone feel confident as well. Is that with compliance, the projects that have utility are the ones that that's the difference. It's either you're a security or a utility, and you guys can see with InvestDex and with RichAI, we are utility projects. Also, I'd like to make it very clear is that with the launch of or InvestDex, we did third party KYC, which meant that there was no US investors in the sales. So this can't be a issue of a security token. And the same went with the RichAI token. So that again is good. Also, we had legal letters, opinion letters that, you know, we passed we didn't meet the Howey test, which means that we're not a security. And this is what sometimes why they say the slow lane you win, because we made sure we're here for the long term, so we think long term. And yeah, and like Jason mentioned as well, is that the SEC are, you know, going after a lot of these projects, but that can't stop, you know, we can't worry about that, because next week they might be pro blockchain again. You know, it depends on what politicians are in power as well. You know, Biden might not win the next year election, and the person who comes in might be crypto bullish. So you have to just keep going, keep building, and be and try and do things with, you know, with your legal team.
So again, focus on building, growing it out, doing everything the right way from the start, and you're good to go.
Any more questions? That was a good question, actually, because
There's just another about just being available on multiple networks, so on ETH and Pulse Chain, but then also possibly Binance Smart Chain or others.
Okay, good question. So basically with InvestDex, we are thinking of migrating over to Pulse Chain soon, but we're just monitoring the play there. Also, the same would be with RichAI as well. But with InvestDex, we might just do the full migration. With RichAI, we will keep the Ethereum side, because obviously Ethereum is very awesome volume over here, and we will be coming over to the Pulse chain as well. So, and then in terms of and that's for the token, but then and then obviously, you know that with InvestDex we have 10 EVM blockchains integrated.
I would say just wait, give it time. First, focus on ETH. That's where it's launched. Obviously, because of the support of Pulse Chain and the marketing of that, it would make sense to have some liquidity there. But start talking about other blockchains at this point, gotta be a little bit patient.
Yeah, no, yeah, good, yeah.
Connecting to the community, keeping everybody up to date as to what's going on in the back end, and just having a constant communication between the team and the community. Just keep doing these. You know, this is what they want to know. They want to know about these updates.
Great. Thanks, guys. And I think what we'll do is for we'll give a prize out to that first question who was asking about a regulatory standpoint. So if he DMs me, get him to DM one of the admin, his address, we'll send him some Pulse.
Sounds good.
Excellent, guys.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
And next time we'll get this on YouTube as well. Just have to figure that part out.
Great.